that I'm here now. I've been waiting for so long. I've been patient for so long. Breaking rules like there's no laws, and I did it for a long time. If you don't like me, take a ticket, there's a long line. Nice to meet me. I think the pleasure's all mine. They've been clocking me so long, I think they lost time. Ooh, you lost. What you mean? Woo! What you mean? Woo! And now I'm just a so what you mean? Woo! Hold up. Whoa. What you mean? Woo! Hold up now. Don't know what you think it compare me to. Adrenaline popping, the blood will be leaking and running. Yeah. I do what I do, I don't care if you like it or love it. Tell all of my I got a new girl. Wait. You tell the that I'm the bank and I want all my money in hundreds. I'm tired of living on the edge. I want it, they gon' call the feds. I just bought a cost an arm and leg. My mama told me take it back and get a job instead. Where's your common sense? Me and the devil got too much in common, I swear. Yeah.
Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. As we head towards kickoff, two quarterbacks will be on the field today trying to push their team to victory. It's Paxton Lynch's Broncos going up against Stafford's Lions.
All right, Larry, EA Sports coverage of the NFL sends us to the state of Michigan as we are inside Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Denver Broncos. And all that work. But he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now a carry, it's C.J. Anderson. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Lynch looking to throw on second. Green with a catch left side. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be second down.
That play never got off the ground because of the defensive front. They owned the offensive line, which allowed the linebackers to see their openings and run straight to the ball. That's why that play just never had a chance.
And he will find his man for the first time, Demaryius Thomas. And he's taken down, but not before getting this across midfield and just shy of the 40. 23 yards on the play. Now Lynch on first down. Out to the flat. That's complete to his running back. Busting through contact. Just wasn't a huge hole there for him to operate. Stopped just inside the 35-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area. But they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. So nothing there that time, and maybe you need to look to the O-line. They weren't able to create any space.
No, they weren't, and you know as well as I do, as many offensive line coaches we've ever met, I think that'll be addressed loudly when those guys get to the sideline.
And they're usually loud and big. A pickup of 5 that time and a first down. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when you talk about slinging it, you're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. They'll run it now out of the gun. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
On second down, Lynch. And Green with a catch left side. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
I know from past experience, before you actually play a game, you visualize what's going to happen. And I don't know anyone who doesn't visualize themselves being in the center of what's going on. That's 3 catches for him here in the early going. He's got to like the way this is started.
Absolutely. 3 catches on any drive is good. Opening drive, that's a tone setter. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. It's a gain of 6 on the play, and it'll be a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he is going to lose yardage here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive. And normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let them down a little bit.
Yeah, allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff them for a loss. To throw on 3rd down. Lynch. This is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Demaryius Thomas, a 12-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. And he's got it. 7-0 Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. First down, Stafford here. Well, he's going to take a shot right away. He's got a man complete. And that one results in 35 yards. A great job pulling that one in from a guy, as we know, who can really blaze. He's got a lot of speed.
And that speed can work for him so many different ways. Sometimes he just takes off and goes and just runs past people. Sometimes you get people to back off so far that you can catch everything underneath. But still, at some point in the game, you probably have to...
Completed pass play. Now let's see if they go back to the air or to the ground. Here's Stafford now on second down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he's brought down. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it. Now the confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lead.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 34. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line. How about the big boys snagging one? You don't see that every week.
No, you don't, but a lot of them are just reliving their old dreams, going back to when they were in youth football and in high school. They didn't always play defensive line. Some of them actually handled the football, and you can see the flashback when he grabbed that one.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Normally, that's not the down and distance that you call a draw play. You usually want to wait to second or third down with a definite passing situation before that play is dialed up.
Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Solid gain of 18 yards and a Denver first down. Stiff-armed him. He won't find a ton of space following the display of power as he's down just inside the 45. And give him 4 yards there. It'll be second and 6. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A little antsy on the left side of the line.
Yeah, I think they got the guy in the end. I think they got the DN there on that one. And let's face it, he is so amped up, wanting to get a good get off on the snap, jump too quickly.
Following the penalty, Anderson. And little room to maneuver there. He gets it down to about the 39. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Lynch now throwing on third. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Tahir Whitehead. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now the Lions offense, they get ready to head back out there. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down, here's Stafford. To the right side to Eric Ebron. Stafford finding his big tight end Ebron for a Lion first down.
And coaches always harp on the quarterback reading the defense and getting it to the open man. That's good recognition there. And how about what he did after the catch?
Yeah, hit your tight end, let him get some rack.
Yeah, when he gets moving, not many guys want to come over and put a hit on him, do they?
To the right and complete to Galladay. And that is what you call a hit stick. Put down to the ground hard. And 15 yards there on the catch and run. Two minutes to go here in the first half. We'll come back to Ford Field after this. Stafford on first down. He hits Riddick underneath. And he's going to get it down to the 33-yard line here. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and it'll bring up a second down. Again, it's Stafford. It's complete to Golden Tate. And before they're inside the 25. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. To throw on second down is Stafford. And it's caught. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. Great corner route there. Not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
And he puts it through. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll get it up to about the 26-yard line just across the 25. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete.
I know tight ends love this route because a lot of times they'll fake a block first and get a little bit of space and then come across the middle because in their mind, they're thinking catch the ball and then drop the hammer on the little guys in the secondary.
Unable to drop the hammer, he just dropped the pass. Again on 2nd and 10, it's Lynch. And he hits his man on the out route, Demaryius Thomas. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for 13 and a Denver first down. On first down, it's Lynch. Looking left side and completing it to Thomas. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. Clock ticking as Lynch hurries his guys to the line.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen?
And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's 2nd down. Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Stafford. Out to the flat for Riddick. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. From the right hash, this from 53. And his kick is absolutely perfect. That's it for the first half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because Now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, trying to hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
Let's see if they do just that. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Stafford. Ebron with it over the middle. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Looking to throw on second down. Stafford. Ebron's got it. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. That catch good for 5. It's third down.
Partners, a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
Throwing on third down, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay. That's complete. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. 19 yards that time for number 19. And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
To throw on second down, Stafford. And he hits his tight end, Ebron. They'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. A shotgun snap for Stafford. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Oh, that's got to frustrate him a little bit because they nearly got to him there, and it would have been the first sack of the game. Instead, they're able to influence the release, and they did force the incomplete pass.
It would be a very makeable field goal try from here, but instead they're going to go for it. They snap it to Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. Jim Caldwell's guys cannot come through there on 4th down. And the Broncos will take over on downs. And they'll try to fire up the running game with C.J. Anderson. And he'll fight forward to about the 27-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And give him a gain of 37. First and 10, it's Lynch. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, we're not playing 3 yards in a cloud of dust football anymore. I kind of get why those old school coaches sometimes didn't want to throw the football. Because if it's popped up in the air, it almost turns into slow motion. And both sides trying to get to the football, and you're holding your breath wondering whether it's going to go good or bad for your team.
That is caught at the 7. And all the way score. Emmanuel Sanders, 37 yards. And the Broncos have taken the lead here in the fourth quarter. And that makes it 14-10. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. So out now come the Lions. They had a great drive going last time. They were moving the ball, and then all of a sudden it just stalled out. So we'll see what they can do here, Charles.
And it's always easy to second guess when you don't get it on a fourth down try. But they had to like the feeling that they had going on offense. They want to continue to see if they can capture that again on this drive and maybe get in the same position.
Yeah, and that's, I mean, like I said, they were moving the football. It's not like they went 4 and out, so I don't think it's a deal where the offense doesn't have confidence.
No, I agree with you totally on that one. If anything, they may have gained more confidence. Okay, they stopped us once. That's all right. Let's keep moving it. Make them do it again.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Third and 2, Stafford finding fouls complete. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So the offense has it 1st and 10. Stafford looks to throw again. Throw left side, taken in by Galladay. The 20, 10, and he's going to be taken down deep into Bronco territory. A big play there for Detroit. 55 yards. And now a first down following that long gain. To the air again, Stafford. Oh, he can't hang on. That was a dream chance for any D lineman to possibly get a pick. But instead it falls down incomplete. So this offense really needs to make something happen here late in the fourth with the football. Throwing again at Stafford. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. And how about this? It's the other Brandon Marshall that picks it off. A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20, 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. So from one end zone all the way to the other. Talk about a turnaround.
And how about the excitement that play generates for his team? Not just the points on the board, but the momentum and taking it from coast to coast, end zone to end zone. What a tremendous play. Now get that man an oxygen tent.
That's your boy Old Mo. You said momentum, right?
Old Mo, I think he's kind of limping across at the end because of that distance, but he made it.
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. The Lions offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give it.
And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And he takes this one back into the